Humility and Delayed Obedience by Darcie Fuqua. Moses said to the Lord, "Pardon your servant, Lord. I have never been eloquent, neither in the past nor since you have spoken to your servant. I am slow of speech and tongue." The Lord said to him, "Who gave human beings their mouths? Who makes them deaf or mute? Who gives them sight or makes them blind? Is it not I, the Lord? Now go, I will help you speak and will teach you what to say." Exodus chapter 4, verses 10 to 12. At what point does our insecurity in our calling become disobedience? While studying Exodus, I read a question that struck a chord with me. Was Moses' focus on his weaknesses always genuine, or was he delaying obedience? And then I read the words, "Delayed obedience is still disobedience." Whew! I felt so convicted by those words. In what God has called me to do, whether parenting, teaching, or writing, I question my abilities. A lot. I wear insecurity on my sleeve and write it off as a humble approach to the assignment. But if I'm being honest, I have also used it as an excuse because I don't want to roll up my sleeves and get to work. I feel unqualified, confused, and sometimes just plain tired. My disobedience is perfectly packaged as preparation, perfection, and procrastination. Let's wrap the box with a neatly folded bow of worry and doubt while we are at it. Then, pen the word humility on the label. I am no different than Moses. I continually bring my questions, insecurities, worries, and hesitation to the Lord as He calls me to walk an unknown path of obedience. While Moses continually questions the how, who, and what of his call to obedience, God reassures Moses that He will be with him. God confirms His identity as the I am, as Moses continues to question his own identity. The Lord steps into Moses' insecurities with provision and the reminder of His authority as creator of all. He fills the gap of Moses' faith with signs and miracles. God is patient with the wrestling. Only when Moses asked the Lord to be excused from this call does God's patience run dry. Yet He already planned for Aaron to step in and go with his brother. In Exodus chapter 4, verse 14, God tells Moses that Aaron is already on his way. For every question, God is the answer. There is no pre-qualifications other than a willing servant's heart. He equips the called and orders their steps. Friend, biblical humility is holy and a necessary posture in the kingdom for selfless service. It is a beautiful attitude of the heart that keeps us grounded, but humbleness can also be used as a crutch to delay us from walking into His glorious purpose for us. While we must be careful not to let confidence slip into pride, we must be fully confident in God and trust His process. He never asks us to do the job on our own, but He does ask us to shift our focus from ourselves towards Him and the others that we are to serve. Have you settled into insecurity or fear that has kept you from pursuing what God has called you to? Name those insecurities and fears out loud. Then ask God to help you move past these hurdles. As humans, we want to know the path before we take a step. But God asks us to step without sight. It is a test of walking by faith and trusting God. And there is a reward on the other side of obedience far greater than we can imagine. What is the next step you can take to walk out your calling?